I mean, it's been a while since we've been home, play in front of the great fans here, and I think we were able to come out in a really aggressive mentality, played with the right intensity, and I think you saw a really big collective performance tonight by the guys, and really just proud of the whole group and all of the guys that stepped up and I think put in a really complete 90 minutes.
Thank you. Coach. We're going to open the floor for questions. We'll kick it off with Ben, right?
BJ, it felt like in maybe the last 3 games, there were some issues just creating consistent chances, and especially kind of progressing the ball through midfield. It felt like tonight that was not an issue at all. What did you make of just the way that especially Patrick and Gaston were able to kind of exploit the space that they had?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were able to circulate the ball better. We were able to get it to left and right. I think that opened up spaces. I thought the guys were calm and composed, but also at the same time looking to hit. When the space opened, looking to hit guys in behind, which is something that we pride ourselves on. So, for us, it was I think you had guys moving and looking for the ball, wanting to be on the ball, and a real sort of collective effort both with and without the ball.
And then I know you've talked a lot about being process-oriented, but at the same time, getting results at this stage of the season is crucial, especially like in a 6-pointer, taking points off of Orlando. I guess, first of all, how nice is it to kind of get back in the win column, and also just what do you think this means kind of for the bigger picture of the season? Yeah,
I think it's important that, results matter. We're in the winning business, and we don't hide. We don't hide from that. We don't, move from that. The thing is, we're just not obsessed. Like, we're about our work. Because that's what we can control. We can control our day-to-day effort, our day-to-day work, and how we prepare. And the guys did a great job this week, right? Really dug deep, put in extra work, really came together, and I think you see that, you see that here. And this is the time of the season where everything's magnified, and you have to be ready to capitalize on every single moment out there. And it was a big win for us.
Yeah, BJ, I want to ask you specifically about Jacob Staffelberg. We talked to him after the New York match, and he was talking about a frustrating season it's been for him. He hasn't been able to really get out there and do his, what Nashville fans are used to seeing him do. A goal in the last match, 2 assists tonight. What do you think? What do you think contributed to this sort of form he's in, and what sort of contribution do you think the coaching staff and yourself have?
No, I think Jacob's done a tremendous job just continuing to grind and work on his game and work on different aspects. Tonight we asked him to defend a little bit differently, and he rose to that occasion and did a great job. Sometimes he had to hold the ball under some pressure and was able to draw some fouls. And then at the end, you see his quality when he's 1v1 and he's high and wide. He beat you with your right foot for the first or whatever goal it was, but one goal he gets is with his right foot, and then chops you back, and now he hits you with your left foot. So a real credit to him, just kind of developing his game and becoming as versatile as possible.
And then another individual I want to ask you about is Josh Bauer, who coming into the season, maybe a lot of fans haven't seen a whole lot from him. Being able to play in 3 different positions for you, and just overall, just being able to be a team player and contribute this late into the season. What were your thoughts on him tonight, but overall, just for his season so far? Yeah,
I mean, first and foremost, Josh embodies what we're about here. The values that we put in this club, and he's a walking, everyday example of that, and just completely selfless and puts the work in each and every day. And I was glad to see him put in a really good performance. And he's called on to do a lot of things. It's kind of probably a blessing and a curse that he's so versatile. But you can see the way that he impacted the game tonight, and what a fun assist at the end for him.
BJ, being in Orlando, one of those difficult things for Nashville, especially the last few games that you're facing. How good is it feeling that not only to be at home, but so clearly like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think Orlando's a really well-coached team, very experienced players in a group that's been together, and they know how to win. So for us, we knew it was going to be a big test, but throughout the whole week, we knew we were able to come back home. We were going to get the energy boost from being here and not having to travel. And, I think the group collectively came together and, again, put in a good performance. This is a good team. We're a good team, and and these are performances that we expect.
I mean, Nashville has been a team that obviously throughout the season has been getting contributions in terms of goals. Of course, I mean, Surridge and Mukhtar or something else up front. But having somebody like Jason Palacios, even if it's a fifth goal, to score tonight after all the contributions he's done for the team this season, what was it tell you? How do you feel about that tonight?
I mean, for an individual thing, it's great for Jason, right? Like a player to come here to a different country, adapt to a different system and everything. He's been, constantly working to work hard and to make an impact. And obviously, as a center defender, there's a lot. Your main job is to keep the ball out of the goal. And I thought he had some great interventions in the penalty box. To be rewarded with that is great. But I think the way we scored goals tonight shows how dangerous we can be, but also how everybody can make an impact in different phases. One comes off of a long throw, one comes off transition, two come off a little bit of isolation out wide with Jacob, and then you have an attacking set piece goal. And if we want to, be a team that's, competing at the end of the season, you're going to have to find goals through all phases. And it's a credit to the guys for being dialed in every night to know when those moments arise to capitalize on them.
BJ, I guess, how much harder does it make for opposing defenses to stop, Hany and Sam when one of them gets on the border? I guess how much tougher does that make both in the defending? Maybe how do you see defenses react?
I think you see Hany and Sam as the collective having the goals, but I think it's the dynamic movement of all of the front players, and you can even add some of the fullbacks, and the way they get in and disorganize the opponent. That's our objective when we have the balls, to try to disorganize the opponent and create those spaces, and then hopefully you can get into good goal scoring opportunities. And I thought tonight we showed that we were able to do that.
And I guess a win like this, coming 5-1, 4 goals before halftime, does obviously coming off a 3-game losing streak, you were in a position where you really needed a good result here. But does a win like this do anything more for confidence, just in the way it came, the way it happened?
I think for us, we were just excited to get back here and play in front of our fans, and and know that we needed a good team performance, and that was what we focused on this week, getting back to doing the little things. And collectively, I think we came together from the start. We're able to do it, and now we'll turn it right around and get ready again to come back here Saturday night for Atlanta.
Thank you, everybody. Hany Mukhtar will join us next.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a great match from the first minute. I think a very complete performance. We struggled the last 3 games, and this was a great comeback, and it showed the character of this team the whole entire season. When we are down, we stand up again, and we believe in us and our philosophy, and you could see that from the first minute.
Questions, man?
Yeah, Hany, just after the three losses in a row, obviously coming back home, getting a win was important. How important was it to, first of all, break that losing streak, but also to get a win in a 6-pointer against a team like Orlando, who's kind of right there and fighting for the same positions as you guys?
Yeah, very important. We know about our strengths, and we talked a lot this week that we are not happy how we have performed the last 3 games, and I think the spirit in the team is really good, and we have a good group. This happens sometimes in the season that you have a little dip, but it's more important to stand up again. And I think it was a good punch in the face at the right time to realize we have to bring the basics every single game.
And then obviously you and Sam got the goals tonight, but it felt like overall, collectively, the whole team was able to play into space a lot better and kind of take advantage of that space. How important was that to be able to kind of utilize the space that you guys were given by Orlando?
Yeah, we are a diverse team, and I think we have showed that over the season that we can play in behind and that we can keep the ball. But for me, particularly, this game was one of the best games I have seen us after we win the ball. We kept the ball, we frustrated them, and I think the last 3 games we haven't been good in decision making. When we won the ball, we try to attack and we open up the field, we try to score, we lose the ball, and then it goes like back and forth, and that's not how we want to play. That's not the controlled aggression, the controlled attacking way we want to play. And I think today or tonight we have played really, really good in all kind of phases. Sometimes we gave them the ball, break us down, allow them to come up a little bit, and then all of a sudden there's 30, 40, 50 yard space in behind their back line. So it was a very complete performance from the whole team.
Hany, I want to ask you specifically about Orlando. You've had a bunch of battles against them, whether it's playoffs or regular season or cup games. Does it feel a little sweeter beating a team like that 5-1 that you've had a lot of sort of battles around for the years you've been here in Nashville?
I have to give credit to Orlando. I think the last couple of years they have been a really good team with the right mentality. Very hard to play, tough team, great players with great mentality. And I think tonight, it's always a good taste to beat the good ones. And Orlando has shown unbelievable streak that they have. I don't even know how many games they have won. The last 10 games, and we showed a character. We showed that we can beat any team in this league, and credit to the group. But we have to keep working, and we have to always start with the basics. And I think then we are a really good team.
And then I want to ask you specifically about your sort of combination and chemistry with Jacob Schaffelberg. You've been able to assist him last game. He returns the favor tonight. As somebody you've played with a lot. So is there a special sort of connection between you two?
I like Jacob a lot. I think from the first day he came to this team, I think he's a very different player than me. And and I think we, he shows my strengths and I show his strengths, and I think that is a really good combination. He's very dynamic, very direct, and I think Andy and me, we enjoy playing with him, because he would stretch the field every single time and open up space for us, and we give him the favor, right? Like, we're not just letting him run, we give him in the space the balls, and I told him after, I think, first 5 minutes when I put him in the space, I said, be a killer, and he has that, and he showed that tonight. Great game from him, and I think hopefully he can continue this way in our team. We need him.
Hany, after all these 3 past games, or losing away in such difficult games, is it easier to sleep after a game tonight with the kind of performance you have, or is it even harder?
No, it's easier, definitely. Trust me, after these last 3 games, it's very hard to sleep for a couple nights because this is our life, We love being here, we love playing soccer, and if it's not going well, you question, what can you do better, what can you do more? And I think after this performance, you sleep better. But we have to do the basics and put the work in every single time when we step on the field.
The way you positioned yourself before you struck that ball in the second goal, can you walk us through what you were seeing before that ball reached to you from Jacob?
Yeah, I know. I studied Orlando a little bit. That there was a little bit of space in between the 6 and the center backs. So I positioned a couple times during the game myself for this space, and I told them before the games, and he saw me perfectly, and there was a very similar goal like against Chicago.
Yeah. Hany, coming into this off the 3 straight losses, obviously I'm sure you were really looking for a win or result of any kind here at home. But when it comes by 4 goals, does it do anything more just to have it come to blow out in such a dominant performance like this? Yeah, it shows the character of this team. When you're down, you have to step up again, and Orlando is a top team in this league. They just won in Leagues Cup. They're in the semifinal. So they come with a lot of confidence. But I think we showed from the first minute that we're here for a battle, and we're here to get the 3 points. Yeah, and for you, you with your assist tonight, you became the 4th player in MLS history, to record 10 or more assists in 5 straight seasons. I guess, what does that accomplishment mean to you, and maybe if there's any significance of that for you? Yeah, for me, it's important to help the team to, contribute with goals and assists to this team. I know the team needs me to score goals, but in the end of the day, I go game by game, just do
do the best I can, perform, and these are just stats and just numbers and history. In the league, it's a nice accomplishment, but in the end of the day, we still have 6 more games, and hopefully I will have a couple more.
Thank you, everybody. That will conclude.
Thank you, guys.
today's item.